What's up, everybody? Stand up here. Today I'm going to be talking about UFC Fight Night Orlando, Stephen Thompson versus Kevin Holland. I'm going to be looking at the betting side of things. I'm in this video. I will be making like a little parlay and will be saying which fights I'm confident in and which I am not. So let's see. Kevin Holland versus Stephen Thompson. Kevin Holland at minus 150. Let's say minus 160. I'm not confident in that. I would not bet on this fight. If someone were to put a gun to my head and say which fighter would win, I'd say Kevin Holland, but I'm not confident in that whatsoever. To be honest, if I had to put money on one of these two fighters, I'd put money on Thompson on Saturday, like right before the fights, because Kevin Holland is. I think that by Saturday he will be a minus 200 favorite, and like a price like plus 175 on Stephen Thompson doesn't sound too bad because it's a 50-50 fight. So then we got Brian Barberena versus RDA. Minus 600 on RDA is kind of crazy in my opinion, but he will win this fight. He has the much better striking. He has the much better striking because he has the grappling as well, and Brian Barberena will probably be aware of that and not be as good in the striking department as he normally is. So I'm pretty confident in RDA. Minus 600. It's a bit much, but you could throw him in a parlay with, with a guy like, let's say, Jonathan Pierce, where it's like, yeah. Let's say plus 450 if you find a bookie where it's minus 450 and where is RDA plus 560. You get a decent price, and then maybe throw something else in there as well, like Taito Ivasa versus Sergey Pavlovich, not going to decision. You'd get a plus 100, which is pretty good. Now I'm thinking of it, I might lay some money on that. But yeah, let's see Mateusz Nicolau first match. Now Nicolau, a big favorite here, plus minus 400. I do agree with the fact that he's the favorite, but plus minus 400 is crazy. I'm confident in Nicolau, but not on this price tag. Not touching that fight. They got Pavlovich versus Taito Ivasa. Taito Ivasa will win this fight in my opinion. It's close, very close, but at minus plus 195, just put some money on there. It's a 50-50 fight, maybe like 51% for Taito Ivasa. Just put some money on there. It's plus money. So Eric Anders versus Kyle Dakaus. Again, close fight in my opinion. Minus 225 on Kyle Dakaus is really too much. Eric Anders is these two guys like are the. I've seen someone say these two guys put the mid in middleweight, and I really do agree. Eric Anders and Kyle Dakaus are like middling middleweights, and just it's a close fight. Just put some money on Eric Anders because he might win. It's 50-50. He's strong. He's a good wrestler. All right wrestling. He has the better striking in my opinion. So he might just win that close decision. So plus money, just put some money on there. Jack Hermanson versus Roman Dolidze or Dolidze. Jack Hermanson, pretty big favorite, minus 190, 180. I do agree that he's the better fighter. He will probably win, but it's a close fight. I wouldn't put money on there, but let's look at the props. Fight goes to decision minus. I'd say if you had some like minus 110, it would be alright, but I wouldn't put money on there because Roman Dolidze is a guy that has finished his last few fights, so I wouldn't put money on there. But Jack Hermanson, I'd say, is the rightful favorite. Nico Price versus Philip Rowe. Phil Rowe is an underdog here. It's a close fight. Philip Rowe doesn't have good takedown defense, but Nico Price is like an amazing wrestler. So minus 110, minus 120. It's a fair price in my opinion for Philip Rowe. I'd say it's a 50-50 fight once again, and some money in Philip Rowe couldn't hurt, in my opinion. Angela Hill versus Emily Ducote. Angela Hill does well against like okay wrestlers with bad cardio, but against strikers she isn't that amazing. She lost to Tisha Torres, and to some other strikers as well. Emily Ducote is a good striker with some good power. I'm pretty sure she had one of those crazy KOs that went viral like a few years ago with the high kick. So I'm going with Emily Ducote here, minus 125. It's all right. I'm not too confident on this fight, so I won't be betting on it. But maybe if fight goes to decision, minus 345, it's fine. If I saw something at minus 300, I'd put it in a small parlay, because I do think that Angela Hill is durable. She hasn't been knocked out. I think she did get dropped by Amanda Lemos, but if Lemos can't finish you, I don't think that Emily Ducote can. So fight goes to decision is pretty good in my opinion. Clay Guida versus Scott Holtzman. Scott Holtzman is a pretty big favorite, minus 170, but he hasn't been in the octagon like for over a year. He has lost his last 2 fights, so Benil Dariush and Mateusz Gamrot, who are like top 7 lightweights right now. So those 2 losses are pretty good. Clay Guida, I mean, I don't know what to say about it. He's a good wrestler, but that's about it. He doesn't have the greatest BJJ. Just got submitted by Claudio Puelles, and we all saw that that didn't age too well. Clay Guida doesn't have good striking, so he might get knocked out by Scott Holtzman. But Scott hasn't. He is a big lightweight. He is like almost 40 as well. He hasn't fought in over a year. Pretty sure he announced his retirement like a while ago, and he came back. So I don't like to see that. Clay Guida, underdog, minus or plus 140. If you see something around plus 175, I'd say just put some money on it, because he might just win, like a good old wrestling game, a close fight. So yeah, I will put some money on Clay Guida if the odds will go up for him, but not confident in this fight whatsoever. And Scott Holtzman had some power as well, so I couldn't even say if this fight goes to decision or not. Then we got Mark Diakese versus Michael Johnson. Mark is a minus 340, minus 345 favorite, and I do agree here because he has good wrestling. He is a good striker as well, so I don't see him like getting knocked out in a striking battle. He will use his wrestling against Michael Johnson. I pretty much can guarantee that. And I feel like he will win another decision. He has won his last 2 fights by decision against guys that don't have the greatest wrestling, but Michael Johnson doesn't have the greatest wrestling as well. So I'm going by Mark Diakese by decision. Let's see how. Minus 110. It's a pretty good price. Plus 110 even. If you get some plus money on Mark by decision, I'd say take that shot, because he's going to wrestle, and he isn't like a BJJ like grappler or some shit. He just wrestles and controls you on the ground, and Michael Johnson has been controlled even by Clay Guida as well. So just take Mark Diakese, and if you want to get a bit riskier, take him by decision. Then we got Darren Elkins versus Jonathan Pierce. Minus 500, around minus 500 from Jonathan Pierce. I'd say I'm very confident in Jonathan, but minus 500 is kind of crazy. I'd say minus 300 would be fair, but yeah, it is what it is. I feel like Pierce, he will like dominate Darren in the first round, and then just put so much damage on Darren Elkins that he will just he won't be able to answer all those shots. And I know his nickname is the Damage, and he wears damage, but he's too old, too slow, and Jonathan Pierce has like fucking the pace on this guy is amazing. He has some power as well. Like I feel like Jonathan will do the same to Elkins what he did to Amir Khani. That's just a TKO in the second round after he just wears down Darren Elkins. So let's see, Pierce by TKO plus 180. I do like to see that. Maybe in the third round as well. Let's see what's the number on this. Pierce win the third round and Pierce win the second. I'd say look at a Pierce by third round plus 1,000. If you have some better numbers on your bookie, I'd say take that, because I do see that happening. Just a little sprinkle though, not too much money on that. Amanda Ribas versus Tracy Cortez. It's another close fight. It's a pick'em. -111, -110 for both girls. Not the fight I'm confident in, but I'm going with Amanda Ribas because she has faced a better competition. Tracy Cortez, she could be could take down Amanda Ribas and just control her there, because Amanda Ribas, she has been controlled on the ground by Virna Jandiroba in the first round, and Tracy Cortez is a better wrestler. She is pretty good BJJ as well, but I feel like Amanda Ribas is the much better striking. She has the the range control on the feet, and I think that she will be able to keep the fight on the ground for a prolonged, or on the feet for a prolonged period of time and win the fight. But like I said, it's close. It's probably going to decision. So -280. I would have rather seen -200. Then I would put some money on that. But maybe put this in a little parlay to start the night. But I'd say I'm on the Ribas by decision. Oh, maybe that's a good one. Let's see. Ribas by decision +190. If you see +200, maybe plus some more, then you might sprinkle a little on that. But still, I'd say +190 isn't too amazing. Then we got Gennaro Valdez versus Nathan Levy. Valdez +150 underdog. Nathan Levy +180, 190. -200 even on some places. I'd say he probably does win this fight, but it's not as black and white in my opinion, because Gennaro Valdez, he isn't the guy that comes in there to fight for a decision. He's a guy that goes for the KO, and he's kind of crazy because he fought his last fight against Matt Frivola like a fucking maniac. They went at each other. Valdez got knocked down like 5 times in that fight and got finished in the first round. The chin isn't like amazing. The cardio isn't amazing either. But he could easily clip Nathan Levy and just, end the fight right there. But I'm going with Levy. Levy maybe by KO and like in the second, third round when Valdez tires. But it wouldn't be because of his power, but just because Valdez would tire. Then I got Francis Marshall versus Marcelo Rojo. Rojo is a underdog. +126, +140. I'd say put some money on that because Rojo has faced a much better competition. He has fought Kyler Phillips and what's his name? Charles Jourdain. He's lost to both, but he kind of made those fights scrappy, and he isn't in there like to compete with them. He is there to win, and I feel like he will win this fight because Francis Marshall 6-0. He isn't too good. He is a big favorite, pretty big favorite as well. So a little sprinkle Marcelo Rojo can hurt, in my opinion. Yeah, I'd say if Rojo wins, maybe by KO, because he is a guy that goes for the KO more often than not. So Marcelo Rojo by KO would be my my official prediction, but not something I put money on. Then we got Estela Nunes versus Yasmin Yarouguay. Yasmin is a big favorite here, -350, 340. Estela Nunes is a good striker though. She is pretty technical. She has fought in one, and she's fought against pretty good competition. She's 0-2 in the UFC. But she gets tired quick. She doesn't have big power, and Yasmin, she doesn't get tired, and she does have big power, and she's a good striker as well. So I am going with her. I'm not sure if this fight will go to decision or no. -200, -180 isn't a good price tag for me because Estela Nunes does tire, especially in the third round. She has been finished twice in the third round now. So maybe like a little sprinkle for Yasmin Yarouguay by third round finish. Let's see, plus 1300 couldn't hurt. Like maybe like a 0.1 unit, just like a little sprinkle. But yeah, guys, that was it. Let's see. I will make a little parlay for you guys. So let's see. I am definitely going with Jonathan Pierce. I am going with Mark Diakese as well. I'm going with RDA, and I'm going with Taito Iwasa versus Sergey Pavlovich, not going to decision. Pretty sure that those odds will be like plus 130, 140. So, oh, wait, I can do this? That's pretty cool. Let's see. Parlay. 1 second. Fight doesn't go the distance. Let's see. I'm going with bet 365. That's my bookie. So let's see. Mark Diakese. I'm going with Mark. Then I'm going with RDA as well. And I'm going with Jonathan Pierce. Let's see. This is bet 365. Jonathan Pierce. Plus 113. Not too bad. I mean, it isn't the number I was hoping for, but it's still pretty good because those three guys, I feel like they will dominate their fights, and Taito Iwasa versus Sergey Pavlovich isn't going the distance. So yeah, that was it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you have some feedbacks or comments, just let me know. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know as well. So yeah, that was it. Thank you guys for watching.